really, who are you going to call at 11 o'clock at night? Just sit back, hang out, enjoy the show, see who's here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Send her upstairs. William D. Lindemann in the house, sir. How are you? I miss you on Thursday mornings. Carl Hess, I saw that you called. Crazy day, like just crazy day, doing stuff. Sorry, guys. But William D., whoa. What? I'm going to get a 90%. So I get this, I'm trying to crack the code on something, and I've been leaving messages, sending emails, and I get this unknown caller today, and I thought maybe it was them, and I got this, your electricity is about to be turned off due to your delinquent, and I'm thinking, wait, where are they? Who are they? Spam. It's a new spam. They scare you that I'm like, wait a minute. My stuff gets, deducted every month. Why do you do this? Why do people want to scare people like that? Didn't scare me. It just kind of pissed me off. But I'm 11:11 with Jenna. It's happening right here, right now. It is Thursday night, Thursday, August 26th. Right here in the kitchen. No Corona-roki tonight, but wasn't Corona-roki last week? So cool. Delilah and Ruth in the same room. You can let her upstairs if you want, Mama. Lillian, she wants to party. So, Carl, I wanted to tell you something really quick. It's not bobbly, but maybe this is before your time on the show. But my friend Tony Frost had this made for me, but she doesn't bobble. She's kind of bendy. I just realized that. Ooh, her skirt is bendy. Yep, that's me. I think the Scooter could do a better one, but I love that Tony. It's like plasticky. It's her hair moves and stuff, like mine. Kind of the same color. Not really. Anyway, there are 6 comments already. What's going on? Carl Hess, Julie Luce, William D. Lindemann, taping a song and a talk by my pastor, Jeremy. Suzanne. Yeah, I know you're busy on Thursday. But let me just tell you guys, this morning, I know, right? Super cool. Even has my name on it. Jenna Mammina. Microphone. And it came with the dog. That little Westie that I have. Yeah. That's how cool Tony Frost is. Is she going to knock down the door? Hold on. Let me go get Lillian Pro real quick. What's going on, Pearly? She is. Happy International Dog Day. Right. Oh, I love you. Thank you for saying so. I have a model fan on right now. My young Pearl. Anybody else have any dogs? Happy International Dog Day. I said it's more like every millisecond. They want you to pay, but they don't give you. But it wasn't. It was a scam call. Spam, scam, Anyway, it's Thursday. Conversations with the Creatives. Tomorrow morning, Armando Ortega will be here, I think. Tomorrow night, display and share. I could have saved this for my display and share, but I've done that already. I haven't displayed and shared her, but anyway. If you have something groovy to talk about, show us on the show. Come in tomorrow night, display and CHER. And if you know Cher, tell her to jump on the show. Suzanne. Uh-oh. And then Saturday morning, Jeff Metzger. One more Saturday morning with Jeff Metzger, except he will be, I don't know where he's going to be this weekend. Where in the world is Jeff Metzger? And then Saturday night, one more Saturday night with Gary Lambert, unless he's running late with the show, but who knows. Sunday morning, Alex Martinez. Sunday night, Poetry Glam. Poetry Glam. Well, I don't either, but that's the whole thing, is I'm working on a project right now, and I'm expecting a call. So I thought the unknown caller, usually they say they're spam. My sister's unknown caller. One other person I know is unknown caller. So I thought it's either my sister, the person I'm waiting for a phone call from, or this other friend that I know is unknown caller. So, it wasn't necessarily, I was open to answering the phone. But when it says potential spam, I don't answer the phone. Sometimes I do just for fun, though, just to see where they're going to go. Hi, Leo. I love you so much. I love you so much. You're my favorite being on the planet. I know. And then Poetry Glam Sunday night. Monday morning we meander. Monday night we meditate. Tuesday morning Patty Tips and Tapas. Tuesday night Dr. Andrew Rader. Wednesday morning we walk. Wednesday night community night. Anybody? And soon to be making sticks for stick pounding. Thursday morning Michael Keel, which is what I was going to encourage you guys to go check out this morning's show. Michael Keel is in the hospital with COVID pneumonia. Nurse Michael Keel, and his nurse Maria was doing his vitals today on the show, and he's working really hard so he can get home quick, and doesn't know how his family's doing, because I don't think they just tested. But send him light, send him prayers, good thoughts, whatever it is you do. Got to get Michael home so he can go back to work and do what he does best, which is to take care. Incredible caretaker. Thursday nights, conversations with the creatives. Ladies and gentlemen, I like this next person. I don't even really know him, but I love his name. Ladies and gentlemen, C. Michael Bailey.
You're quite a character.
You talked to Gary Lambert? Cool. Hey there. What's happening, C. Michael Bailey?
I'm talking to you.
How did you get such a cool name?
I have a twin sister, and that's where the Michael comes from. It's Michael and Michelle.
Okay.
There's no one else in my immediate family, that is a Michael or Michelle. My Charles is my first name, and that's my paternal grandfather's name, and my sister's name is Ann with an E, which is different from my mom's, which doesn't have an E. We had an older sister who was 20 years older than we were, and she's the one that named us.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, I hold her responsible.
Do people call you C. Michael?
All my life, it's tough to go to parochial school and not go by your first name. And so where I work, I am Charles Bailey, which I mostly tell people that I have that for lawyers and process servers. So if they're coming to look for Michael Bailey, I just say, well, I'm Charles Bailey. I have no idea who you're talking about. And you can leave me alone. So that's the plan with that. But yes, on Facebook for sure, in social media, people call me C. Michael Bailey all the time.
It sort of rolls. I can't like I could call you C. Michael. Do people call you Chuck?
Yeah, yes, the people that serve me coffee every morning at the hospital,
They call you Chuck.
they all call me Chuck, and I get called Charlie and Chip and Charles, and I hear them all.
Wow, that's a lot to answer to.
Oh, it absolutely is, and this is how I know if somebody knows me. So it works well this way. It is
And your name, your writing name is C. Michael Bailey.
It is indeed.
But you do a number of things. First of all, let me ask you about this shirt you have on. I really like it. It's cool. What's happening there?
Do you like this? This is my favorite. It's my favorite Hawaiian shirt.
It looks like a really cool Hawaiian
I,
shirt.
I think that my wife doesn't know I'm wearing it, and she wanted me to wear something a little more dignified.
Like a suit?
No, no, we're never going to, I don't know that we're ever going to get there again. But no, this is a festive shirt.
I like it. It's a good one. Have you spent much time on any of the islands?
I have not. I would have to tell you, I hadn't gotten very far away from home. I've been out of the country twice, and it wasn't too very far. One time when I was in Michigan, I went to Canada, and another time when I was in LA, I went to Tijuana. And
Hey, cool. That's fun.
what I discovered down there, I was in my 30s, and I just knew that if I was 18, I'd probably still be there in jail. Um, that was an interesting place and an interesting experience.
Tijuana, how long were you there?
Oh, I was there. It was an election year. I want to think that this was 92, and I was there for about a week doing something with work. And so I was at a show. I was, had a booth and everything and went to talks, and there was educational opportunities and things like that for my boring day job.
What is your boring day job?
It is technically I'm a clinical research associate, which I guess means I do a lot of different things in research, particularly research with human subjects.
Okay, keep going.
My major job is mostly administrative. I work with a group that is called the Institutional Review Board, which is federally mandated to help protect the rights of human subjects in research.
Really?
In order to do any research in this country, uh, such as drug research or device research or anything like this, it's kind of a big deal to get things up and going administratively. And particularly if it's going to be regulated by governmental agencies like the National Institutes of Health or the FDA, it's a really big deal, and there are a lot of moving parts. And I just take care of a couple of the little ones.
My friend Suzanne said this is like, what's my line?
The
How long have you been in this particular field?
job all my life.
Really?
Yes, I haven't done anything other than this. I sometime back in the yonder 80s, I went to college, and I thought I really wanted to get a degree in English. And my father, who was an adult during the Depression, really encouraged me to do something that I could make a living at. So I got interested in chemistry, and then I went to pharmacy school, and I enjoyed pharmacy school so much, I just thought I had to go to graduate school. And so I went to graduate school, and then I ultimately moved back home to look after my aging parents and started working in the industry here, where I wasn't going to have to stand on my feet 10 hours a day and count for a lick and stick like most pharmacists do. And I just did research stuff. I've kind of blown whichever way the wind blew.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Little Rock, Arkansas.
And where are you right now?
I am in Bryant, Arkansas, which is just outside of Little Rock. And this is my wife's hometown. And so any discussion when we were going to get married of where we would live ended up here.
How interesting.
Well, I'll make it even better than that.
Go for it.
Okay, the house that we're living in now, I moved into in April. And what we did is we moved across the street and down two houses. So I'm on the same street in the same neighborhood and everything.
That you've been living in for
22 years.
That's really cool.
So
did you have to hire a moving truck and everything
yeah,
to do it, or did you just kind of walk things over?
we did both of those things. I had stuff in the wheelbarrow coming over here, but we hired someone. We hired someone to move us for sure. And the impetus for the moving is the we had a two-story house that was 2,400 square feet, and I had
Goodness, that's so big.
oh,
2,400 square feet?
absolutely, and I had one child who is long gone, and my wife and I both have seen our parents off and took care of them in their end of life situations. The one thing
Beautiful.
I knew for damn sure is I was not going to die in a house with stairs. And so this house had never even made it on the market because the man that lived here had gone into a nursing home and he had an executor taking care of things. And we had this thing taken care of before anything happened like that. And
Amazing.
I'll say one thing about the housing market. If you put your house on the market, it's going to be inhaled by the market. Right now, it's the craziest thing. We sold our house by owner, didn't use a realtor, and we had everything wrapped up in 2 weeks. And that was crazy. And it's all still kind of scary to me. But I have a genius wife, and so I'm glad
She sounds kind of genius, and she's quite technological as well.
she is. She's really something.
What's her life like?
Now, she's working from home now. Um, let me back up. She was the second interoffice romance that I was not going to have.
She was the second inner office romance that you were not going to have.
Yeah, I wasn't going to have this. I'd had one previous. Now we're talking 25 years ago, and that was a lot of fun. But I didn't want any of that at all. But she asked me out because she got tired of waiting on me, and she said I was kind of stupid anyway.
How long did you know each other before she asked you out?
Oh, I would probably a year. I'm not the quickest study, I'm just not. All that boy girl stuff, it was just basically lost.
So she stays home now because of COVID, or was she home prior to that?
COVID started it all, and actually, she worked for the same medical center that I worked for and changed jobs within that medical center and then was laid off because of COVID and was unemployed for about 10 months and then was picked up by Humana. And she was at home all of that time. And now Humana, she works with a team that the people are located in Kentucky and Louisiana and Indiana from all around. They're very decentralized. And she does something that you can easily do that's not unlike what you and I are doing here. Zoom's the greatest thing. There's nothing foreign about any of this to me because I use it every day at work.
On Zoom?
Yeah.
Except she has a very cool microphone.
She does have a very cool microphone. I'm going to show it again.
I'm a little envious. I have the same microphone, but yours is shiny and shiny.
I was telling her about that. You really liked her snowball microphone.
That's cool. Is it a blue?
It is a blue. Yes, it is.
See, mine's blue too, but not as groovy as
Yeah,
that.
but you know what? I think that's just, a minor aesthetic thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it looks homey, This is
it's
what's
homey.
behind me is I wanted to do this in the kitchen, but we have taken the wallpaper down and it looks like I'm living in an abandoned house.
Ooh.
So
Because you moved in and then you just wow.
we moved in and then I had surgery on my shoulder and didn't do anything for 2 months.
You have it replaced?
No, I did not. I just tore the rotator cuff, and then I learned that this has happened to everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, there was nothing special about it at all.
Have you seen that pillow online for side sleeping when you have shoulder problems?
I have seen it, and I'm going to tell you that I have had to change how I sleep.
Oh, for sure.
And I had a friend, even now, and I think that I'm probably within 4 weeks of finishing physical therapy, and I'm easily 90% back. But I will wake up in the middle of the night, and it isn't like it used to be. That's all I know. So it's a different thing. So
Yeah.
that thing is for real. That is a thing.
It's a pillow that it's cut out so
Hmm.
that your arm can go through it.
Absolutely. I wore a sling for the longest time, and
Ugh.
then well longer than at least to sleep in than I was told was necessary because
And
I
then
couldn't
move
get
and
to
you go,
sleep. Yeah. The
yeah.
other part of that was that little, yeah, the other reason that I couldn't sleep was that little dog that we recently rehomed.
So, did you rehome her already?
She is with a very close friend of mine that I work with at the medical center where I
I
work.
was hoping we were going to see her tonight, little Hattie.
Now, little Hattie is with her new mom, who is super serious about dogs and training them, and is just in love with this dog. She recently lost her her two dogs, who were 13 and 18, and that's hard on you. Is all I know. The
It's
last the
yeah.
last pet,
We won't even go there.
yeah, yeah, okay,
Today is International Dog Day.
it is, and the
So
only dog I
brand new.
have,
What a doll she is. She's just a dolly girl.
I'd get Winnie to come over here, but she's over by the window and she's asleep, and
What's
she's a rat terrier or a Jack Russell, and she's
Lillian's Rat Terrier, Italian Greyhound Rat Terrier
oh,
mix.
is that right?
Mhm.
Now Hattie Mae had a little whippet in her, so
Hattie
she's a
Mae
little.
sure did have some whippet in her. I was ready to drive to Arkansas and get this little girl, and
Oh,
then
but
Lillian looked at me like, "Are you kidding me?"
yeah, but I didn't. I got to tell you, she's with who she needs to be, not some kind of old guy like me. See, look at that girl. That is a baby dog. That's what I know.
You're a baby dog. I've had Lillian since she was 3 weeks old.
And how old is Miss Lily?
She's 10 and a half.
And I'm telling you, they curl up in your heart. That's what
Oh,
they do.
she is my whole heart. There's no other, there's just like Lily. You look at my heart, it's Lillian.
That's it. I'd like to. I wish I liked people that much.
Yeah. Yeah.
And every dog owner or cat owner that I know feels that way. So.
Yeah. But Hattie Mae, she's that photo I saw her immediately. I shared that photo because
Oh,
if
did
I
you?
couldn't have her, I wanted somebody I know to have her. And I bet she's just like Lillian. My dad used to say Lillian had two speeds, fast and off.
Oh my! I can't even tell you. I'm.
I know.
I.
I used to
Oh,
train her 3 hours a day to play. I can't even say it. FRISBEE. Like we'd have to go out. We'd plan it 3 different times during the day and go for WALKs.
oh, and oh my God, we had to spell about around ours because these dogs are crazy,
Yeah, they are
freaky smart. Oh,
so
they're
smart.
they're freaky smart.
Yeah.
And so when my wife will say, "Are you going to get them an STICK?" which is a treat, but we have to do that because if we said stick, then they will have lost their mind.
Yeah, they're so smart. Oh, hi, Patty. Look, it says Patty Loman's watching like 17 times and Suzanne's watching like 27 times. There's some people here right now. We have people on from coast to coast. Washington, California, Canada, Michigan, New York. I don't know if any of your friends are here. They're not saying, oh, then in the Carolinas. Um, but maybe some of your friends are here and they're not identifying themselves.
Well, that could be true. In the Carolinas, I have a nephew who's getting ready to get married,
Well, that's fun.
and
Is it a big wedding?
it's big enough that I'm going to drive from Little Rock to uh, uh, Myrtle Beach, which
Oh,
is where
fun.
it is. Or what I'm driving. I'm not driving anywhere. I'm going in a van with 15 other family members. I mean, it's going to be kind of a big deal.
Wow. Wow.
I
That
would have I would have preferred to fly, but all these people are a lot of fun.
that sounds like a lot of fun. It sounds kind of loud.
Oh, well, the loud one is me. They're all pretty reserved. I've got a bad reputation for that. The thing I didn't tell you about where I moved. Okay,
Okay.
I live at 300 Richwood Drive.
300 Ridgewood?
Richwood, Richwood.
Okay.
My wife's sister lives at 301, right
Oh,
across the street from us, and this is completely ideal. I absolutely love it.
that's fun.
Oh, it is fun.
They see each other. They go to have
Oh,
tea or hang out or whatever?
yes, yes. Oh, absolutely. When you and I were briefly speaking yesterday and talking about how small our worlds have gotten, well, the people I see are my in-laws, and then I see my nieces and nephews that belong to them. And I just got a new great niece,
Oh,
and her name is, and I have to pronounce this correctly, Sawyer, because I want to say Sawyer, but it's Sawyer, which was her great grandmother's maiden name. So Sawyer Kate Forthman. That is her name.
well, Sawyer. There are a lot of babies that have been born lately.
There are, and I went the longest time. All of my nieces and nephews from the Bailey side of the family are my age,
My
and they're,
mom's here.
oh, is she?
Mhm.
Tell her hello.
Did you get that, Gracie? See, Michael Bailey says
Hello,
hello.
Miss Mammina. It's nice to meet you. I'm going to keep an eye on
So you do something else interesting. You do a lot of I don't know everything you do. I know two things that you do. One everybody knows now, and the other,
you. Well, have written for All About Jazz for about 25 years. I can't brag for being there at the beginning, but I was damn near. And I did this. Uh, I really wanted to write about 70s rock music back in the 70s, but there were a lot better writers already around. And so they didn't need anything like that. And I thought, I've always enjoyed writing a lot, and I was looking for an outlet. And back in 1997, when the internet was all brand new and shiny, somebody was soliciting. I saw this solicitation for record reviews, and I thought, well, you know what, for a jazz magazine. And I thought this sounds pretty good. When I started pharmacy school, I got interested in jazz and classical music because I was tired of popular music, and so I knew a little bit. I'm not going to brag about how much, but I learned a lot more after that. So that's how I got started. First article I wrote was an Art Pepper
oh wow.
release, an archival release. And I was interested in Art Pepper because I had an eye doctor before I went to graduate school that made cassette tapes for me. That's how old I am. That had Meets the Rhythm section and Plus 11. On one side, Meets the Rhythm section and Plus 11 on the other. And I have to say that changed my life more than Kind of Blue, which was the first jazz recording I ever owned, like a trillion other people.
Right.
Or I should say, I had my dad's Glenn Miller recordings.
Oh, there you go. Did you get to choose what you review?
Isn't that nice? Yes. I have never had even a fleeting conversation with print media. And what ended up happening is Michael Ricci, who's the publisher of the magazine, just needed people to start providing reviews.
You just needed content.
Yes. So what ultimately happened is I bust through a lot of jazz reviews, but I got in on one of my true loves from my childhood, which was live rock music. And I had published the top 10 live rock recordings. And it's been published twice now, but in the 90s and then in the mid 2000s. And that was more fun than I could even describe. And I still pretty well stand by my choices, except that I know people would shake their finger at me about it because I'm not allowing for newer artists and things like that.
Well, you wrote about me fairly early on.
And I wish that I'd have done more research than I did. And that's the funny thing. Something at the magazine early on, my editors and the publisher decided that I was some type of expert in jazz vocals.
Vocals, right.
I have no idea where that came from. I am going to tell you, I can tell you what put me on to jazz vocals, and that was Rebecca Paris's recording My Foolish Heart, which I just thought was
He was a dear friend of mine.
Is that right?
I loved Rebecca. I loved Rebecca. I loved listening to her talk. I loved listening to her sing. I learned so much from Rebecca. I loved Rebecca. We used to talk on the phone. She's like, hey man, come out here. Come and hang out with me in Boston. And I was just getting ready to do that. And
And I'm telling you, and I even
you
talked.
guys, check out Rebecca Paris. Check
Oh,
out.
absolutely. I even talked to her on the phone. Her and Marla both got to be friends with them. What about Rebecca did I like? I loved that deep voice, and I loved her tempo, which was like Shirley Horn. And you know that Miles told Shirley, you sing really slow,
Yeah.
and and
Peace to life.
was totally capable of retaining momentum at the slowest tempo possible. It was pretty, she just amazed me. And so, as far, she was my epitome of ballad singing,
Oh,
um, and everything. I know some people want to go wild and talk about Billie Holiday or Sarah Vaughan or some of these other folks, but they are not the ones that lit the fire beneath me. I love Shirley Horn.
I
And
love Shirley too.
when I heard something like Shirley Horn, Patty Wicks was another one like them.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. I mean, I was I knew exactly what I like to listen to, and so I wrote about it a lot. And then all of a sudden, that's the kind of writer I became. So, and that was perfectly fine because after 25 years, I've taken most of this year off to recharge my
So
batteries.
have we.
Oh,
So have
well,
all of us musicians.
um, but I hadn't been writing about you guys, and that's I'm hoping that it's all going to come around in 2022.
Well, I was talking to someone today in the business, I won't say who, and we were really talking about it's going to be a real challenge. I mean, the music business, every business was hit hard. Some
Mm-hmm.
people hit hard in a way that they made more money than they've ever made in their business than they ever did in the past.
Right.
Blessings to them.
Mm-hmm.
The music business was the hardest hit business of any type of business that there is,
I believe that.
as far as what has from music venues to performers to everybody in between, to the people that supply the venues,
Mm-hmm.
to the airlines, to the hotels. And it's going to be a real challenge. For instance, in San Francisco, a lot of people that did go out for music have moved. They're, the Twitter people and the Facebook people. They've moved because they can go. They're not going to be back in the office until next year sometime. And if they are
Mm-hmm.
going to be back, then they'll figure it out. But a lot of them have gone. And then the older crowd of people that go to SF Jazz, for instance, aren't going to be going to SF Jazz because they don't want to take a chance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be people keep saying, "Oh, let's get concerts back together." It's not going to happen probably spring of 2022.
I'm going to go along with that, and I know that I had tickets to performances purchased before March 2020,
Yeah.
and then I never went to any, and I'm going to my first apparently in December with my beautiful bride, and we'll see how that goes because
Who are you
I'm,
planning to see?
I'm planning to see Tab Benoit and Samantha Fish. My wife, I reviewed much of Tab Benoit's material, and my wife loves Samantha Fish. She
That's great.
loves Larkin Poe, and that's a lot of fun. That's really fun music.
Were you
I,
ever into Nancy King?
I did review Nancy King, a Max Jazz release of
Oh,
Nancy
okay.
King with Fred Hirsch.
Yeah.
I
Oh, I
can't
saw
believe.
that. I saw them perform together.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, in New
I,
York, my birthday.
I can't believe I'm even remembering all of this, but that was exceptional. My wife and I, when my wife asked me out on a date, we were going to see Fred Hirsch
Wow.
at the University of Arkansas at Little Rock, but he was ill and we never made it there.
Yeah, Fred and Nancy played on my birthday, and
Did
I
they
New
really?
York at the Jazz Standard.
Oh, what fun!
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was.
I'm telling you, stuck so deep in Dixie that if I ever get up there, I'm in trouble, and y'all are too.
Oh, well, we hope so. Well, I really want to thank you for you wrote. I believe you were the first reviewer to write about. I was going to say Andrea, Rolf, and I. So, thank
The
you.
one the one thing writing did for me is it made me lose all of my prejudices and gave me a willingness to listen to everything. And then I don't consider myself a professional writer, though it seems like I've written professionally. I haven't.
Well, what you're writing is because I've seen it a lot. Your ego is not a part of your writing.
Oh, you don't think so?
No.
Well, I don't think my wife thinks that, but I can't.
I really I pay attention to writers. I read stuff in lots of different formats, but for music I read reviews a lot and I go, how does that person say? You know that it's hard to be a reviewer because are you a musician?
I am a musician. I am not going to tell you that I am a musician. I can read just enough music to be dangerous. Uh,
What's your instrument?
I played guitar for 50 years. I taught myself. First song I ever learned to play was Heart of Gold by Neil Young.
Yeah.
And I played all through college. And when you have a voice like this, you can only imagine that I'm not going to be singing Sinatra or opera. I sang a great deal of country and Western music. Only the cool guys. I could do a dead-on imitation of John Prine.
Okay, well, I'm waiting.
No, no, not.
Well, here's something for you to think about. The third Thursday, at least through this year, third
Okay.
Thursday, September, the third Thursday in September, we will be having what's called Corona Roki, and people come on and perform.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't played in forever, but I'm gonna. I'm
Well, you
going.
could do October.
Well, let's just see what happens because I'm rehabbing this shoulder, and I think that I'm gonna start then
Oh,
next.
right. You're right. Your shoulder.
But I haven't played in forever and ever and ever. But boy, I sure love doing it when I did.
We're talking about Nancy King. She's a Portlandia gal, Portlander. I
Mhm.
met Nancy and Rebecca at the same time.
Oh, did you really?
And so to stand in the same air with Nancy King and Rebecca Paris, I became a better singer by just hanging out with them one night.
I believe that. The other thing I'm totally convinced of, since I lived in the hermetically sealed South, is all of you know one another.
Yeah, a lot of us do.
And one of the beautiful thing about social media, and I think there's a million bad things wrong with it, but I was able to become friends with you and a lot of people that I would have never imagined I would have been friends with. And
Well,
that's
you're
why
meeting some people right here, right now. There are people watching that didn't know you, and now you may become part of this community. I hope so. I hope you watch it again, and
oh, I'm going to definitely do that.
good.
I'm going to
Because we
definitely.
haven't even talked. Like we could go on for a long time, and it goes 3 hours, sometimes 4 hours. But I don't want to take your time. But I do want to ask you what you had for lunch today.
Okay. I took my lunch. I had polenta and mushrooms,
Check you
and
out.
and they're great. And my wife is a great cook, but I also take carrots and celery because I'm ostensibly supposed to be moving towards a vegan. Y'all see this right here? This is the other part of what goes on at the Bailey House.
Hi, sweet pea. Who's that?
This is Charlotte, and my wife calls her sweet.
Hi, Charlotte.
We have
She's kind of a large kitty cat.
she is. We have four cats and have two dogs. And before I get off of that, at the height of our pet owning, we had seven cats and three dogs when we lived at that bigger house. All of them
Who are
were
you? Seven cats and three dogs.
all were rescues.
Yeah.
When we got married, we were responsible for 11 cats. Now they didn't all live with us, but
What? 11. Lillian did you see this? She heard 11 cats. Look, and she went, what? What?
it was a bunch. I mean, that there was just a lot of them. And we still talk about. There's one in particular who's named Miss Cinnamon, who belonged to my twin sister, and who ended up living with us. And then I had to take her on her last ride. She got a tombstone out of the whole deal. I'm telling you. And my wife said she was rotten, too rotten. But you were asking me something.
Food. We were talking about food.
So I'm supposed to be
You're going vegan.
kind of vegan. And I'm going to say, like religion, I kind of look at that as being a suggestion, more of a suggestion than a rule. Because I do love seafood. I don't get to eat very much red meat, don't eat much pork, but I do love fish, and I don't know that I could take
So
off.
you can be a pescatarian
Well, I like that. Then that would work for me.
and vegan. So are you wanting to get rid of dairy from your diet as well?
I have to say that it largely has been done. Now, I actually ate a piece of provolone cheese, but this isn't like when I was growing up and eating my mother's fabulous minute cheese sandwiches and things like that, and drinking whole milk.
Right.
Whole milk,
Crazy, right?
yeah, I use 2% in my coffee, and I think that's rich. So it's
Well, I can teach you how to make almond milk at home, or cashew milk, or oat milk.
I do love. I personally, I far prefer soy milk, and I I know I'm listening to somebody talk about bioestrogens that are in
Yeah, I was
there.
going to say you kind of want to. I do coaching for people, and you kind of want to stay away from the soy. You don't need the soy.
Oh, but I love it. And
Why? What part of it do you love?
it's full of protein. But I do like
Or
the.
almonds.
I,
Almond
like,
milk is full. Cashew milk is full of protein.
I wasn't that wild about cashew milk, but the almond milk I can definitely,
Oatmeal has protein in it.
and I'll certainly eat the grains. I do like the grains.
I
I,
like the way you say grains. Grains.
I had many clients from Philadelphia, and this one girl just loved to say iced tea.
Iced tea. Sweet
Yeah,
tea.
yeah, sweet iced tea. And I thought, oh my gosh. And that's tough. It's tough to talk like Jed Clampett and sound halfway. Uh,
Can you talk not Southern?
no, ma'am.
Can you impersonate a
No, no.
non-Southern?
I've I've never tried, and I would probably. Uh, I can only do maybe an alternate dialect.
Okay, let's hear it.
Like, did you ever who saw Deliverance? Remember
Deliverance.
Deliverance?
I think
Okay.
most of the people here saw Deliverance.
Okay, James Dickey, the author, played a fellow in that. He played the sheriff.
Really?
Okay,
The author?
yeah, the author, and he was a wild one. But at the end of that movie, John Voight and Ned Beatty, they're getting ready to leave. Okay, so Dickey, as this sheriff comes over, and he catches them in a lie, but he ain't going to do anything.
Spoiler.
Huh? Oh, it is
Spoiler alert.
okay. Well, all right. Now,
That movie's how old is that? 50 years old? Keep going. Keep going.
he looks down at John Voight in the window of his car, and he says, "Don't you ever do anything like this again." So that's the Piedmont accent. My accent is informed about.
What's that last thing you said? Your
my,
accent?
my accent is informed by Oklahoma and Texas. There's nothing deep south about this at all.
Really?
Yeah.
Because to me, that's deep south. The twang you have is deep south.
And I'm going to tell you that it is classically Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia. I sound like a hillbilly, and they sound like, decadent Southern
They're from
Gothic,
Great Britain, right?
something like that.
Well, would you please come back sometime?
This was awesome. This went pretty quick.
It goes quick. People go, "Oh, I only want to be on for 20 minutes because I don't have much to talk about." I'm like, "Okay, whatever." Hour and a half later, I'm like, Actually, I'm not. I'm never bored. I've been on the show on September 24th, or is it September 30th or September 20th? September 30th, it's going to be my 1000th show.
That's incredible.
And we'll go from 11:11 a.m. through the midnight hour of 11:11 p.m.
Well, I'm definitely going to tune in. Is what I'm doing.
Well,
So
I hope that people, and what I encourage you also to do now is go back and see the show, not see the show, but see what people said. And if anybody has any questions, you can ask him now or you can ask him later. But it's interesting to connect with the people that are here. William said that he loves your sense of humor on your Facebook page.
wow. Okay. Well, I don't see any reason why. As my wife would tell you, I'm perfectly capable of being an asshole, but there's no point in doing
Do you think you're funny?
it. I didn't used to think so, but I'm an old guy and I've read a lot, done a lot, and I, what I want to do is always bring levity to every. I want to have fun. That's all I want to do, no
Beautiful.
matter what. I just want to go and have fun.
Do
I had a hell of a
your
time
friends
before.
think you're funny?
Do what?
Do your friends and family think you're funny?
They do, though. My wife says that she's got a better sense of humor than I do. And she
I want
actually,
your wife to come on the show.
yeah, she actually does, and she's kind of introvert, and I'm something other than that. She likes to tell me. So
I'm an introvert, total introvert. People don't believe. They're like, "What? You get on stage and you do?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a total introvert. I pack alone. I book my show alone. I drive alone. I fly alone. I sit in my kitchen alone and I talk to this."
and better than that, you decompress. You have to decompress and rest,
Yeah.
and I get that whole thing for sure.
Yeah.
I will be more than happy to come back on.
All right.
This was a lot of fun,
Thank you.
and if it this was a lot of fun, and I'm honored.
Oh, I'm honored that when we first talked about it, you were like, "What? Why do you want me on your show?" And I said, "Because everybody, in fact, who was going to check out tonight's show? Tell me, Mike Jacobs."
Mike, and you know what he sent me a note, and he is a fellow writer at All About Jazz. I've got all these friends that are like you, but I've never met personally. And I have met the publisher of the magazine, Michael Ricci, several times, but I've made a lot of friends that are better than just people you talk to on the over the internet. It just seems like I'm thankful for social media for that reason.
Me too.
I
Yeah,
still
well, there are people here right now that will follow you now, or maybe friend you, or you might end up having a conversation with them offline. Or this show is all about community and connection.
I like everything about this because I like making new friends, and I'm thinking you helped me do that. And I made a new friend with you, although we were already kind of.
Yeah. Well, I always appreciate it, and make sure you wear a Hawaiian shirt on the next visit.
Oh,
That's Rob Morocco request.
Okay, I'm getting ready to get some new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm known for that.
Line that you like?
Do what?
You have a particular line of Hawaiian shirt that you go to?
I don't know. It was something that I saw on Facebook, and that my wife saw, and she says, "Well, I really think you'd look good in this and this." Those would be the ones that I get. So
Fun.
one's jazz oriented with horns on it, and another one has guitars on
Well, at Jazz Fest, have you ever been to Jazz Fest in New Orleans?
it. I have not. I tried to scare her into going a number of years ago, but I'm going to tell you that COVID has totally wrecked every one of my festivals.
Yeah, mine too.
I never did. I went to it's less jazz oriented. I've usually gone to, let me see, Franklin, Tennessee, to Pilgrimage,
Oh, I love Franklin.
and it's beautiful. Everything about that, and I really enjoyed that festival. And then we have one in Fort Smith. It's called the Peacemaker Festival. Now, this is mostly quote unquote red dirt music, which is a genre of country music.
Red Dirt.
Yeah. Texas. This is Texas and Oklahoma, Arkansas music that it's what I would play if I played in a band. I had to sing because that's what you sing when you have a voice like this.
Well, I hope that some Koronaroki Thursday evening you show up.
Well, we'll see what happens.
You know, you got 4 more weeks of PT and then a little bit of time to rehearse, and maybe by October.
Well, maybe so. October's my favorite month. It's my birth month, and
When's your birthday?
16th.
24th.
Is that right? And
Yes,
fellow
sir.
Libran?
You know, I'm right on the cusp.
But I'm claiming you. You,
I'm,
you, you, and a woman at work who's on Halloween. I said, yeah, it's Scorpio. I'll
I
go.
am more Libra than I am Scorpio.
Oh,
Definitely.
we rule the world. We rule the world. That's all
Okay.
there is to it.
Well, I want to rule the world, and I want more people to watch this show. So if you know anybody that would want to be on the show, you think, or tell people to watch this now, they'll be able to see it on your page,
Mm-hmm.
and this will also be on my page until, you know,
But then we'll do whatever we have to.
and then it's also on. It will be on YouTube soon because William D. Lindemann, who thinks you have a funny page, picks these up and copies them and puts them onto YouTube. They're all there.
Well, what fun. I can't wait.
Super fun. Thank you very much.
It has been all of my pleasure. You have a great evening. Tell your mom goodbye. Take care of that little
You tell
dog.
her.
Miss Gracie, we'll see you, sister. And I told your daughter how lucky she is to have you. I sure as hell love mine back.
Yeah, we'll talk about caregiving sometime too.
Oh, I've got, yeah, we will do exactly that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like in depth.
Yeah.
I'll let you go now, and I'll see y'all the next time.
See y'all the next time. You have a letter for me? Any letter?
Any letter? Oh, I think that I'm going to go with X.
X.
Is that the letter you're thinking? See, I was thinking that I was going to have a nom de plume, and it was going to be X Augustine Rampage. That would be my fake name, because it's C. Michael Bailey, and it'd be Xavier Augustine Rampage. Augustine would have been my choice for a confirmation name had I not picked Peter. So anyway, y'all didn't need to know all of that.
I like that.
But X is what I'm going with because that's the craziest letter to have as part of your name, and they're always Xaviers.
That's true.
They always
All right.
are.
Well, here I go. Thank you. Absolutely delightful guest tonight. Thank you, C. Michael Bailey. You're out of sight, and I hope that you and your cats and your dog and your beautiful wife come back again sometime. And maybe we can have xylophone thoughts, X-ray words, and I'm trying to think, I guess, an Xavier kind of heart. I don't know what that means, but I can't think of any other words that start with X. So I will say, I hope that all of you have a beautiful night. You stay safe, you stay healthy, and you be real nice, just like C. Michael Bailey. Oh, C. Michael Bailey. Thank you very much, and please keep in touch.
I'll be in touch with you tomorrow, I bet. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you. And all of you, thank you for coming out tonight. Tell your friends because this is out of sight. And I want them all to be on the show because everybody's got a story, you know. And I hope you all love hard. Really, really hard. See you in a minute, Mama Grace. Thank you. See Michael Bailey. And Lillian Pearl and all of you and your dogs. Happy, 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 happy. I love my peeps too.